Hello and welcome everyone to the Friday, November 3rd edition of the Contributor Comms team meeting. I'm your host, Caslin Fields, and a reminder that we operate under a code of conduct, which essentially says to be respectful of your fellow speakers and attendees and generally be excellent to each other. This is my first week back in 3 weeks, so I'm excited to be here. Happy to see everyone. Before we dive into the regular content, I should offer the opportunity for anyone who is new to unmute and say hello or type into chat and say hello, but I don't think we have anyone new today. I will leave that for a moment. All right, I think we're probably good to go then. So we can dive in. Like I said, it's my first week back. That is the first thing that I put in the notes doc for today. Yay! I'm back, and then I'll be gone next week, but we won't have a meeting next week, so.
I was about to say, we're going to have meetings next week. They'll just be in person.
That's fair, because next week is CubeCon in North America, in Chicago. So quite a few of us will be there.
Monday, by the way.
What is Monday?
No, it snowed on Monday this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
I keep debating if I should bring an actual, down coat.
Same. I'm, on the fence. I already bring a big bag, but anyways.
Mm-hmm. I have one that fits in a pocket, but...
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. It's also quite old, and it's not my favorite thing, but anyway. Weather concerns.
On Monday,
folks coming from India, prepare themselves.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold. Very cold.
Be cold
compared to India right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Although it only gets close to freezing on Friday. That's not terrible. Says the Michigander.
Yeah, it's similar in temperature to here, but I'm pretty sure it's going to feel way colder because of wind chill and stuff.
Yeah. Lake effect snow is not a thing there. That it's a thing here because most of it moves east to west. It does happen sometime, but usually it's east to west or west to east traveling. But remember this QCon NA is bitten with all kinds of weird issues in the past of weather, bad things happening, that kind of stuff.
So weather will be a thing at CubeCon. The other thing I have on our actual agenda for CubeCon is that all of the tweets should be scheduled. I thought that a few of them were not, but we discussed that before we started recording, and they should all be in buffer and ready to go. So thank you very much to everyone who contributed to that. If you have any questions about if you wrote a tweet and you want to know what happened to it in the end, you can check out the spreadsheet. We tried to put some notes in about kind of how we edited each one. They're not very detailed. It's we edited this for length, or I edited this because the tags were wrong, or something like that. If you want to see exactly what we changed, you can look at the version history of the doc. Please don't change the version of the doc, but you're welcome to look at the version history so that you can actually see what changed. And I did write out a tweet thanking everyone who wrote a tweet. So thank you very much to all of you folks, and thank you to all of the folks who helped with management this time as well. We'll do this again in February. Probably.
Don't remind me, it's that quick. Jesus.
It's really close this time. CubeCon EU is in March 18th to 22nd, I think.
Yeah.
So the schedule should be out in February probably. So we'll do this again.
This is nuts.
It's intense this time. So we're at the beginning of November, December. So we'll do this again in 3.5 months.
In 3 weeks, I'm going to reInvent. So imagine where my focus is.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Don't why do they put that there? It's a terrible time for a conference.
I know. Well, here's the thing. We did tell them that this year, and we did tell them we were doing things differently. Like, you are too close to our event, and as a result, things will change.
Indeed. Well, that'll be an adventure. Good luck to everyone involved in that. Does anyone else have anything they want to talk about with KubeCon or me being back, since those are the topics? Or anything else for updates, big wins, or new items for the group? Usually right before KubeCon, there aren't really new items. All right. Sounds good. Sound of silence.
I want to talk about one thing.
Yes, please.
First of all, thank you, Kathleen, because of your approval too. I got the membership, and the other thing is I recently got the DenCon scholarship for the Cube Day, and couple of more Indian folks got that. So
yes,
nice.
Wonderful. Yeah, I saw something about that on Twitter. Cube Day. What is this one called? Is it also just called Cube Day India?
Yeah, KCD India, I think.
It's Cube Day India.
There
India. Aren't there like 2 of those at least that happen this year?
yeah, KCD happens in June.
Oh.
So this is Cube Day, and that was the Kubernetes Community Day.
Yeah, this is official from the CNCF. Or sorry.
Awesome.
Can I call it? Yeah, CNCF.
Yeah.
I guess KCDs are like a weird middle ground there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations to the folks who got Dan Cohn scholarships for that. Excited for our folks to join that. Yeah.
I think we can also mention that Federico got selected as an ambassador.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's right. So yeah, that's big. Like, Federico has done an enormous amount of work in this group alone, let alone the rest of the project. So yeah, big congrats.
Congratulations to you, NCF Ambassador Frederica. Excellent. Love to see the successes in this group. Yeah, and there was a comment in the chat. Kubernetes Community Days, by the way, are a global thing. They started in Europe, and quite a few of them happen in Europe. There are very few in the US. I don't know.
We have a lot of meetups and actual KubeCons in the US. So
yeah, been talking about starting one in Seattle, but also don't really want to do that to myself, but probably will anyway.
Yeah.
But congratulations to the folks who will be attending Cube Day India. When is the Cube Day India?
December 6th through 9th, I think is what I saw. Is that right?
December 8th.
8th. Got it.
Nice. You were in the range.
I don't know why I said multiple days, because it's day.
Cube Day. That is what it says, but you can't trust that. You can't trust that.
No.
Day zero at KubeCon.
A day -1.
Yeah, it used to be 2 days. Is it still?
No, it's not. It is now
it's
1 day.
Not. But it's inching back in that direction.
I don't know, right? Like,
I don't think they're gonna let it, but with the number of them that they have this time, it's like
there was
really?
a lot this time compared to last year.
I feel like
a lot.
Yeah, I feel like next year's EU is gonna be kind of a similar. It's gonna be a lot of stuff on. I think it's the official day 0 is on Tuesday, but then all of the like company things will happen on Monday, and so it's basically 2 days anyway.
Yeah.
That'll be an adventure.
Yeah, no, I got special permission before all this to not go to the AWS office on Monday and come to the Contributor Summit instead. So.
Yep. I have people covering for me for the Google event so that I can go to the Contributor Summit. Which I am excited about.
I am too.
Yeah.
Detroit, I wasn't super involved in
Yeah.
because home turf, AWS, all that fun stuff.
Not that we're very involved in this one either, honestly.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, actual new items, updates, big wins. Call number 2. Anyone else have anything they want to discuss before we move into the board? Thank you very much. That was our pit. Yes. I saw that we also mentioned that you got org membership last week, so I won't put that in the notes, but congratulations on that. I'm excited.
Yep.
Finally, I can edit the board too.
Yay!
It's amazing.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm not signed in, so I'm not going to be able to.
Oh, lovely. You want me to grab it? Or is your sign-in process nice and smooth like mine is?
I mean, it's not super smooth, but it's okay.
The one blog that came out on 3rd of Kate's contributed summit behind the scenes, is it a spotlight blog?
Yeah, ish.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it was done in that format. I don't think
Yeah.
it was named as such, right? Like,
yeah, that was
read
the
it
thing
this
that
morning, it was
Frederico
pretty
has
good.
been working on. Is Frederico on today?
No,
He's not. Yeah.
I think
But
he's traveling today, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he had been working on it as like a spotlight-esque thing.
Mhm.
One of his like spotlights that are not just SIGs.
Yeah, it's
So he
really
had
cool.
a few of those.
Like, I should write up like my experiences at contributor summits at some point, because I feel like if enough of us did that, we could put like a document of things together, right? Like, I don't know, historical stuff is important to me. All right, then.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Also, we
And
got
I
a
am-
request from
Oh yeah,
for the
Forgot.
survey.
I did forget to mention that. Are you talking about the Jeremy one? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is a new item, Caslin. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I completely forgot about that because it's post CubeCon and brain is off when it comes to that.
Oh yeah, I actually did see that too.
Yeah, I had to, yeah.
What is that about?
So they want to blast out a massive survey. Well, not a massive survey. It's just a big survey blast about, long-term support. So I literally asked, like, you want like full spectrum? And he was like, yeah. So I DM'd him. And
Surveys
I was like,
are a little tricky. There are some rules with them.
Yeah. He said he wanted to cast a super wide net. So I updated the issue with that info, and not sure.
Oh, I
We'll
also have
see.
another new item. This is how things go in this. Kubernetes IO account on Twitter.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, that is definitely going to be a hot thing. There's marketing office hours. So I'm on the CNCF marketing team. You probably are too, Caslin. There's probably other ones that are. There's marketing office hours. So I was going to go to one of those and see what's up with that, because that would be weird. Like, they haven't tweeted anything since April, which is nuts to me. And supposedly it's been handed over to project owners, which we don't have.
Which we just heard.
Right. Like, that was news to me. I didn't realize CNCF no longer controlled the project accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of us, nobody knew this, but apparently the CNCF has just abandoned the Kubernetes IO official Twitter account, and we're supposed to be owning that now, and they didn't tell us.
Yeah, it's
April.
huge. We've wanted it for years.
And so now I guess we have it. No one told us.
Now we got to go get it.
Yeah. So there was a discussion about that happening in thank you, Avinash. There was a conversation happening about that in the steering committee channel in Slack. So steering committee does have access to that account, but also we're unaware that apparently we're supposed to be owning that now. Someone else reached out to us and was like, hey, I was looking into this for a different project in the CNCF sphere, and they were telling me that they don't own this anymore and that the projects are supposed to own it. What's going on with Kubernetes? It hasn't tweeted since April. And we were all like, huh?
Yeah.
And the discussion in steering was folks saying, well, if that is the case, which we will double check with the CNCF on after KubeCon, then the comms team will take that over. So can Buffer handle 2 accounts on Twitter?
Yes, it can handle multiple of the sames. I'm pretty sure.
Interesting. That'll be interesting for us to figure out.
I can go ahead and test that out.
That's true. Well. You could test that out on your own. So after KubeCon, that will be a big discussion item for us as we set that up. Also, not a new item, but an update. We should work on that LinkedIn thing after.
Yeah, no, I've sent a message and I don't think it ever got anything.
But we decided that we were going to name it Kate's Contributors anyway. We decided we were just going to not work with them.
Now, so we had that discussion with Craig. I don't know if you were in that or not.
Yeah. In Searing.
Yeah. So it's entirely possible we might be renaming this group.
But I mean, that's just a rename.
Yeah.
It's not just a rename.
It's not.
So the thing with us adopting the thing with us adopting Kubernetes IO is that Kubernetes IO is mainly geared at an audience that is not contributors.
Mm-hmm.
It's mainly geared at like end users and the general public.
Yep.
Which we are the contributor comms team. Our original mission when this team was created was to do upstream marketing and contributor communications, because that's what we needed. We did not have access to the tools, specifically Kubernetes IO, that were aimed at external folks, end users and such. So if we're adopting that means we're adopting a new audience, which is a significant change to our group's focus. Like we'll still do all the stuff that we have been doing, but we'll need to start developing more awareness and familiarity with that new audience.
Yeah. And we could pull in.
Which LinkedIn, I guess, also, well, we were going to do it Kate's contributors, so it was going to be contributor focused, but now maybe it'll also be end user focused. So maybe we do need to work out that thing with the LinkedIn people.
Yeah. I still have to think through all this, I feel like, because there's tons of people on that CNCF marketing team that would probably love to just jump in and help us if they knew they could. So
yeah,
might be a good cross connect there to find folks to help us with that new audience.
Yeah, it'll be a little tricky. I mean, there's always space for new contributors to the comment in the chat, but I think this will require significant expertise in the space.
Yeah.
A lot of setting this up, because Kubernetes IO is big. How many followers does Kubernetes IO have? Let's look it up.
Probably over 1 million, I would imagine. 200,000? I don't know.
We have about 10,000 on Kate's contributors, and Kubernetes IO is
303.1 thousand followers.
Yeah, so this is
big.
Not something that someone brand new could really easily pick up.
No.
It's going to have a much higher bar to it than most of our work. I have some text in the social media handbook that like Kubernetes IO should only be used for very specific purposes. And like we don't control it, but now if we're going to control it, we're going to have to like set that bar and communicate it ourselves. So that's going to be an adventure. And I don't know how big the LinkedIn group is that you were going to contact, but if that's also end user facing, it's also going to be an order of magnitude larger than our
Remember,
usual
more
contributor
folks can
audience.
post on a LinkedIn thing than just the owners too, I think.
Yeah. So we might have to pick up moderation responsibilities there.
Yeah, we have a bunch of moderators in our group for things like Slack and stuff like that.
I think a bunch is a 75,000, Avinash says on that one. Okay. So it's much smaller than the Twitter one, but still very large. So yeah, lots of things for us to think about after KubeCon. No one is expecting us to do anything with this, but prepare thyselves. This is coming.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do what I do at KubeCon and like, hey, I heard a rumor, is this true? How do we X? You know, and they're like, go to steering. I'm like, fine, that's easy, Bob.
I mean, steering is also going to be asking that same question.
Right. Like, they're going to be like, hey, can y'all do this for us? Yeah. So.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Chris and I will handle a lot of the stuff around that, and we will communicate to the group what is going on and where we need help. So don't worry, folks. It's not like you all have big responsibilities on this, but letting you know, it's a big thing that we will be working on.
This is a good sign, right? Like this, we should take this moment, take a deep breath right before KubeCon to realize the good work we have done. Now, I don't know why the CNCF made this change, decision, whatever, but the fact that we just have a team ready to take it on is really cool.
That's true. Yeah. The person who pointed it out was like, I think you need to create a whole new group to handle this because it's so different. And steering was like, nah, comms can handle it. Which is a great vote of confidence from them.
Yes, it is.
Also speaks to them not wanting to overcomplicate the project with even more groups, but I'm going to take it as a vote of confidence.
I think it was very quick, right? Like, yes, they can do that. They can pivot and rename and whatever they need to do. They're totally capable of doing that. They have done it before.
Yeah. Steering was like very confident in us, and it was very nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah. All right. So I think we should probably move on from that. Oops, I didn't put the I did not put this link to the GitHub issue in the Jeremy request. I did not. That's in here now. Oh, I just put it in the wrong place. All right. So that info's in there. Those are both for after KubeCon. Post KubeCon, to be clear. So with that, I think we'll move into the board. Any other new items that folks remember at the last minute, as we do? Probably good to go. All right. Let's move into the board and talk about items ready for review. A lot of these are going to be under Frederico. Did he often posts something in Slack?
He didn't today, but he did last week, and it was just a mountain of data. So I think I updated the things he mentioned, I believe. I could be wrong. The past couple of weeks have been challenging for me.
Yeah. Kubernetes Contributor Summit behind the scenes. I haven't checked that out yet, but I'm excited about that.
That's good. Read it.
Also appreciate your poem in the Slack, Chris.
Oh yeah. I try to come up with something every year or every time.
Beautiful. And the production readiness article was also posted.
Yes, I believe.
He hasn't moved those from the board yet, so now I get to.
Oh wait. Do we want somebody else new to move them?
That's true. Our pit could move them since he has those permissions. If you would like the joy of moving the items, let's take a look at them first. These ones that are purple. So there's this purple checkmark one that's an issue, I think. The purple one with like the branching symbol here means that it's a merge. It's a PR that was merged. So anything that's purple should be done and should be movable to the done column. Let's take a quick look at them just to make sure. So this is the issue.
Work in progress.
SIG architecture, production readiness. And he mentioned that article was out. This was a two-parter. I think he published one half of it a while ago.
Yeah. I mean, this is from September 22nd, so a few months ago now.
Anyway, he has marked it as well. He didn't mark this one as done officially, so I kind of want to check in with him to make totally sure that the issue is actually done.
Right.
It might have auto closed because that PR got merged and he might not have meant for it to. So maybe let's leave this on the board for now, to check back in with him after KubeCon. But the merges at least should be good to move.
Definitely.
Yeah, this one is good to go for sure. Hold cancel, got posted. So add SIG architecture production readiness spotlight is good to be moved to done, and add spotlight article on Kubernetes contributor summit is good to be moved to done. Arpit, would you like to do the honors? Do you need the link?
Yeah, I need the link, plus I need to sign in because I am also not signing in the GitHub.
I could also just do it.
Yeah, no, if you were logged in, it'd be nice and quick, but
it's not that exciting. You drag and drop something into it.
It's not like I don't even think it registers as like a stat. Like there's no
it's
like back end metadata that gets associated with your account when you do anything on a board.
It's better to update it with your own stuff, really, anyway. So I'll just go ahead and do those unless you really, really want to do it. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Just do it.
It's happening. All right. Cool. So I have moved that one to done, and I'm moving this one to done. Yay! Way to go, Frederico. Always just cranking out the material. Don't know how he does that, but respect.
Right.
All right. Other things that are over here. SIG release. I believe this is Natish's realm. Natish is not on here. Ooh, we had someone new join us. Welcome. Hello. We usually offer an opportunity at the beginning of the call for anyone who's new to unmute and say hello and tell us a little bit about why you're here. You're welcome to do so. You're also welcome to type into chat if you would like to say hello. It's totally optional. You don't have to say anything. But if you would like to introduce yourself, you are welcome at any time.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I'll take that opportunity. My name is Daniel Tripp. I am interested in contributing to the Kubernetes project. So I was looking on GitHub to kind of try to figure out how that's done. There's a lot of info, but I found meetings. I was going to attend the KOps meeting in about 20 minutes, but I saw this one was going. I figured I'd just jump in and observe. And it looks like it just so happens you guys are working on the contributor experience. So you're probably some people I'd want to like get more info on. But
yeah, welcome. Yeah. I love that real time discovery.
This is amazing.
Welcome. We are the contributor communications group. I don't know if you were here for us like talking about the Twitter thing, but we own we have traditionally owned, this might be changing very soon, but communications for, by, and about contributors. So we have an X Zitter account called K8's Contributors, which is communications by and for contributors to the project. Also, when there are important things going on, like the contributor summit that's going to be happening at KubeCon, or other stuff, I don't know, going on that contributors need to know about, we help communicate those messages in Slack, via social media, via email. So it's all about contributing or by communicating with contributors, if that makes sense. Though we were just talking about we might be getting access to some tools that are oriented toward like end users and more broad audiences. But it's a very communications focused group, things like social media, email, Slack. So that's the kind of work that we do. Right now we're talking about blogs. Does that help give you a sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so happy that I didn't have to ask, so what does this group do? That would be kind of silly. But yeah, I'm thankful.
It happens all the time. Always welcome.
Yeah, and a lot of our blog posts are either a spotlight, but some of them are very like actionable information, like the registry change that happened earlier this year. We've done a bunch of stuff that like 3 big things I think this year so far.
Our regular recurring stuff is like this one that I have up on the screen right now is a spotlight on a specific special interest group within the project. So SIG Release has 2 sub-projects that one of them is the release team that creates the release each cycle. Like 1.29 is going to be the next one. And then they also have another one, another sub-project that also does stuff related to release that does not cycle for every release. They always exist, which Natish is going to teach us about when he learns about that. Oh gosh, there's so many comments on this one. Goodness gracious.
No, I think, but like, last month, ready for a next set of reviews, and none of us.
Yeah, I think some school stuff got in Natish's way for this one. Is he on today? He's not.
Been busy.
Okay. All good. We are also all volunteers here. I always like to remind folks, if you fall away for a couple of weeks, I was just out for 3 weeks and just got back. Like, it's okay. Just let us know as best you can. And we'll do our best to work with you because we're all just doing our best here. Cool. So I doubt there are any updates on that item in the board. Feel free to pop in with questions at any time, by the way. We're very informal here.
Oh, we should probably give you a link to our GitHub repo.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe share the notes doc again in the chat as well.
Yeah,
if you could. The link to the GitHub is in the notes doc.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Not all blog posts on Kubernetes.io are written by our group, but but the ones that we're going over here are written by folks that join these meetings and contribute to our group. And Federico, who we mentioned earlier, is our blogging lead. So he does a ton of work on blogs and coordinating blogs. New folks are welcome to pick up a new SIG Spotlight blog. We have one here in our to-do list that is a suggestion. Very loose suggestion. There's a ton of SIGs in Kubernetes. So if it hasn't been done in the last like 2 years, it's free game. So you probably don't want to pick that up right this second, but there is work available if you would like to write blogs with our group. There's also, by the way, we do blogs on Kubernetes.io, but there's also a contributor website, k8s.dev. And we theoretically do blog posts for that as well. There much fewer of them, I think, go to k8s.dev, but
yeah, they're very contributor or community focused.
Yeah. So there's a couple of different places where we post them. Good.
But this group, to give you an idea, Daniel, of like the origin story of this group, if you recall, there was an issue 2 years ago now where Docker shim was being removed from the Kubernetes project, which caused a lot of fear, misunderstanding, and doubt. So eventually a few of us got together and said, hey, we should probably do something to help with this kind of stuff.
I think our group existed before that, but
Did it?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
pretty
Okay, never
sure.
mind.
We started in 2020, but that was one of the formative events.
Yes. There you go. Formative events that have galvanized our skills.
Indeed. So yeah,
I can't believe
a lot
this
of things
group
under our
is that
purview.
old.
Yeah, we started in 2020, which is apparently that old at this point.
Wow.
Don't like to think about that. Moving on in the table, like I said, feel free to interrupt me at any time. As you can see, we kind of ramble. We already talked about the SIG architecture spotlight. So I think this spotlight on the contributor summit is the one that Federico just posted.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is also done.
Yeah, I think we can call it done.
Yeah, I'm just going to do that, I think. I don't remember why we left it in 2 pieces. Thanks for joining, Sujay. Can I at people in these? No, I don't think I can. Nope.
No, it's not. Oh, gosh. Talk about a thing that needs a little bit more refinement.
I mean, it's not an issue. I think it's fair if it doesn't. But
yeah, I mean,
I'm going to move that to done. Spotlight on SIG release, still ongoing, as we saw. We're tracking these in 2 places because one of them is the PR. And the PR in this case doesn't have an issue, and it does have multiple parts. So we have that as just like an item on our board. I don't know if that was the case for the contributor summit as well, but I moved it to done. SIG testing spotlight article. What is the dealio here? This was a Sundipun item, and Sundipun is on. Sundipun, any
in HackMD
updates?
awaiting comments. I'm not sure if you got any yet.
Yes, Federico is done reviewing the blog post in HackMD. We are good to make a PR.
Sweet.
Excellent.
The next step.
Congratulations. This is your first spotlight, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Good stuff.
Love to hear it. Has reviewed the HackMD draft, ready to be PR'd, right?
Ready for PR creation.
Yeah.
Which means Tim will look at it.
That's
and
fair.
then we'll need more changes.
Ready for PR creation is a good way to say it. All right, I'm going to comment that as the current status on this. I think this is an issue, right? Yeah. I think. It's kind of hard to tell what's an issue and what's a PR, but I think that one's an issue. Cool. Thank you very much, Sundipun, for the work that you're doing on that testing spotlight article. I'm excited to see it. I love testing, and I would really like to see what's going on with that SIG these days. So excited for that. And that's it for our ready for review column. So I'm going to move on to in progress items. We've got 10 minutes left. That's good, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Another spotlight that is in progress is SIG Kate's Infra, and that is Bishal. Any updates there, Bishal?
Nope. I was about to start this one, but bit caught up with my exams.
Yeah.
So so yeah, I'm all set to just prepare the questions, and I will send out to you for the review, and definitely will start out the interview process as well with Kate SIG Infra lead, and we'll start out writing the blogs as well.
Perfect. So work on this to begin. You could start it before KubeCon, but I'm just gonna say to pick back up after KubeCon NA. Because nobody will be able to review your questions or anything until after that anyway, and you won't get any answers to them until after KubeCon, I'm sure.
Yeah,
so,
definitely. Yeah. It's not a problem.
Yeah, so we'll check back in with you on that, not next week, but the week after.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you very much for your interest in doing that. I'm excited for you. Another new one. Next one, SIG Architecture Spotlight article. So, is this the other one? Conformance blog published.
So
So
there
this-
was multiple ones that he was working on as part of the architecture series.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, okay, so there is still another one there.
I think so.
All right. I will ashamedly move that one that I moved over here back. I think. Oh no, that was Contributor Summit. Okay, yeah. So I did not mess that up.
Okay, cool.
All right. So the production readiness one. Wait, but conformance. I don't know what the other one is called. But there are two parts to this one.
Yeah, right here, this checklist.
Oh, there's more than two parts to this one, right? There are
Mhm.
like 5 parts to this one.
Yeah. So like,
Ew.
it's in progress is what it says, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Leave
So
it.
that's accurate. Good. That seems like it's all in good shape. So expect more SIG architecture business when we get back. Oh, and the book reading club, still so excited about that one. We need to check back in with Federico on the status of that. So the book club had changed. It moved into the CNCF Slack, but it's called the Kubernetes Book Club in the CNCF Slack. So it's still Kubernetes focused. I think we established that. And Federico was gonna reach out to the person who runs it, Carlos. I don't know if he ever did. That was in September, and it's November now. Not that Federico isn't doing enough, as we have seen. So we'll check back in with Federico on that. I believe it is still in progress, as far as I've heard. Certainly haven't seen it come out, so still in progress. I'll leave that there. So the next item is SIG Node. This was Nitish and it got moved over to Arpit. Arpit, any updates on the SIG Node Spotlight? Looks like as of late October you were busy.
Yeah, no, there's no update. In starting, I got busy with some interviews and now with some other stuff. So this is actually kind of a pause. So I am trying to complete the question stock till KubeCon. If that happens, so that we can send the doc to the team after KubeCon, because
Okay.
at the time of KubeCon, nobody is going to respond.
Exactly. So you're still finishing up the question stock.
Yep.
Okay. The question stock to be sent after KubeCon NA. These spotlight blogs tend to be very stop and go. Like the person working on it will be very like busy and active working on it. And then they'll get to the point where they hand it off to the SIG chairs. And sometimes the SIG chairs don't respond, like SIG ContribEx. Those chairs were terrible. It was me. It was my fault. And sometimes life just gets in the way. So these often take a while to complete, and that's perfectly fine. Thank you for joining, Bishal. Lots of folks need to drop out early today. I need to be faster.
We all know it's my fault anyway.
We have fun with these meetings. But thank you very much, Arpit, for your work on that so far. Sending it out after KubeCon sounds like a great idea. Oh, well, except for one thing. Maybe. Code freeze just happened for 1.29, and 1.29 actually goes out in December. So I'm not exactly sure. I think since it's after code freeze, I think they should be okay. I think this should be a relatively good time, actually.
Yeah.
To talk with them. Yes.
I think that's
after KubeCon should be excellent, I think. for the co-chairs. Often if you're right before code freeze, all of the different special interest groups within Kubernetes are trying to get all of their code in for the release. And so they often don't respond. But I think since it's after code freeze for the release, they should be okay. Granted, it'll be after KubeCon. A lot of people take time off after KubeCon, but it should be good. So thank you for that.
We can hope for good.
Yeah, we can hope for good at least.
Mm-hmm.
Always keep up hope. Just let us know if you're having issues. Theoretically, we can help put pressure on people as well if absolutely needed, but I think you'll be fine. So we'll move on from that. KubeCon and A 2023 tweets would have been ready for review. I guess it was kind of ready for review last week-ish.
Yeah, close enough. We can.
And now it's done.
It's done now, yeah. But
So
they're scheduled. Goodbye,
KubeCon and A 2023 tweets. And we'll deal with that again in 3 months. Which sounds long when I say it, but when I think about it, it's not. All the holidays are in there, and it's gonna be upon us before we know it.
And then folks have annual planning and all that kind of stuff.
I'm actually just gonna go ahead and add that KubeCon.
Yeah, you might as well.
EU 24 tweets. I'm just gonna add that as a to-do item.
You know what? I'm gonna add a couple more things that are post KubeCon.
Yes, please do. That is a good idea.
If I can find it.
Next one, annual report posts. Right. We started talking about that before I left, that there was an annual report that we still needed to do help wanted posts on, or even if we had done help wanted posts, we haven't in a while. So we needed to do some. And Sandipan and several others were leading that effort before I left. Any movement on that since I have been gone, Sandipan?
No, I was away, so I was not able to do much work on it. I have created around 3 draft tweets that can be posted after they are reviewed. If you see the document, I have tried to make the document similar to the KubeCon post tweets that you do. So there is this section in the document, areas that SIG needs help with, and folks can volunteer to write the draft tweets, and then we can add them to buffer. So it's
excellent.
We need more contributors for that.
Wonderful. Call for help. Help wanted.
The last time me and Chris was discussing on this was so we had a question regarding this. Is it the updated one, or are we waiting for the docs for the report to come up? Like, because it says it's
No,
2022.
Which report is this on? I think is the question.
No,
right?
this is the latest annual report. The templates for the reports were created around February this year, and the annual reports were made around March to May this year. If you see the commit history of the annual reports,
and we just never posted about
Gates
the
community
2022 report, did we? Yeah.
Can you just send me where this actually resides? Because we were looking into it, but we couldn't find it.
Yeah,
report?
just a moment.
Right, that's a good call. Yeah.
Yeah, on the GitHub.
Yeah, the reports are in the individual SIG directories in the Gates community subproject.
Okay.
If you go into the directory of a SIG, there is the files, the annual report files.
If you have that link, could you put it in the chat? I'll put it in the notes if you happen to have it.
Yeah, just a moment.
Ooh. I can't edit the title of this? That's sad.
You have to open it? You can't. It's over on the right, underneath the X.
Edit title. Thank you.
I literally just had to do it because I misspelled something.
Yeah, so we are just like way behind on this one. The next one will be out before we know it. Thank you for joining. Thank you for grabbing that link. I'll put that in here. Annual report is here. Oh. And then that's like the specific SIG, right? All right, this is SIG
Yes,
ContribEx. This is SIG. I think there's an all up one somewhere. There should be, unless we drop the ball on that as well, which is frightening.
Wait. Yeah, no, but when did these things, or when did the last one get published, I guess?
I remember
if
doing
I
this. What were you gonna say?
yeah, if I remember correctly, before you used to do a blog post on the SIG annual reports that had all the areas that SIGs need help with. Did we do that for the 2022 report as well?
Yeah, maybe look on the blog and see if there was a blog about it. Maybe that's how we could find the all up one. So each individual SIG writes their piece for the annual report, but then the annual report has a bunch of stuff in it beyond those contributions normally. So there are components of it in each SIG directory, but there should be a full annual report. Components.
Okay. Federico was blindsided by daylight saving time.
Oh, that'll happen. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to be caught up in that at KubeCon.
Same.
Yeah. The time changes in the US for daylight savings time on Sunday.
This is going to screw with people.
It's going to be rough. So on the bright side, only a 1 hour time change for me instead of a 2 hour time change.
Same. Wait, but you're in Seattle, that's 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas from the East Coast, it would be 1.
1, yeah.
Yeah.
What is
Oh,
our
we are 4
daylight
minutes
saving
over?
time?
Oops. Sorry about that, Avinash.
Yeah, no.
I usually try to let people know that we are over. But I got a little distracted on this annual report thing. Let's try and look that up. Gonna move on real quick. There was only one more thing left in progress, which was establishing a process to prevent duplication in last week in Kubernetes development articles, which is an interesting point. I don't think anyone here has any insight on that. So
FICA, yeah.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello. Welcome to the meeting.
Well,
happy 8
welcome
a.m.
to the future.
My time.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think this was the first meeting after daylight saving changes here. So
absolutely, yeah.
I was just waiting for my 4 o'clock and just started to see Kaislin emails getting in. And I woke up to the sad reality that I was missing the meeting. Sorry.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Daylight savings time for the US is on Sunday, we were just saying. So that'll be fun. I am actually also missing a meeting right now. So
oh, you should go.
Yeah, so I should go. It's just I gotta make a slide deck with someone for something else, which does need to be done today. So I should go do that. But thank you everyone who is still on for joining today. Thank you, YouTube, for joining today. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. Bye, YouTube.
Hasta luego.